Hotep family, we're back with Dr. David Imhotep. He just finished his second part on Bimini Road and the sunken city of Atlantis. I think this is his third class for the Kemetic School overall. Thank you so much for your contribution, Dr. David Imhotep.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things that I thought was fascinating about this particular class that you taught was you really killed all of the misnomers and myths about the sequence of the Ice Age, how Bimini became sunken underwater. Talk to us a little bit, if you could, about one of the things that I really enjoyed about this class was you talked about, I guess it was an asteroid. Well, actually, it was an asteroid, but also it was the Ice Age. So, talk to us about like the time frame when the ice hit, because we know that the ice came underground, not overground. So this was a different type of ice. This is one of the distinctions of the Ice Age, is that it wasn't just cold from the top down, which is normally how cold weather happens. This came from the ground up. But how many years ago was it?
Well, the Ice Age started, they dated around 115,000 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
And then another, around 14,000 years ago, there was a re-entry of another colder period. And it lasted for a few thousand years. That was called the Younger Dryas.
Okay. And so this Ice Age, when we look at that cap, you know how Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop talks about the southern cradle, northern cradle. That northern cradle, that cap came all the way down from Canada to, I guess, like the upper north parts of America. Right. Which will obviously encase the Bimini Road as well.
Not really.
No?
No, the Bimini Road is across from Miami.
Aha. Okay. Okay. So walk me through. Pick that out for me. Unpack that for me so I can get a better understanding for the family.
Okay. You want to know where the ice started? And where
how far down did it go? Because I know there was parts of America that it hit, right?
Well, if you look at America, all right, right down the middle, going laterally, not north, but east and west. Okay, and as I said before, it started, say, in Maryland, between Maryland, the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay.
Went straight across the Mason-Dixon line. Okay, more or less. And then from there up, there was ice. From there down, was different variations of cold weather that slowly got warm as they go down to the equator.
And so Bimini, and help me with my math here and understand. Bimini was before the Ice Age hit. Is that right?
Yes, before, because let me see. Before the Ice Age hit, the Ice Age caused the water to go down. So no, yeah, the Bimini was after the Ice Age started, and as the Ice Age grew, the levels of the water came down. So Bimini would be at the coldest part. When it started to, when that big thing hit,
the asteroid.
The asteroid was started to melt it, so that was during around 11,000 years ago. That's definitely a part of science that they know now, around 11,000 years ago.
Okay. So the asteroid hits the Ice Age. It hits during the Ice Age.
Yes. During the height of the Ice Age, it hits.
Okay.
And there's one thing I didn't mention. Well, this is another thing that we held back, really. I mean, without even knowing. In Lake Michigan, there is a crater that is 6 miles, the circumference, not circumference, but the
diameter.
6 miles long.
Wow.
That shows you the size of the asteroids that hit, and that was one that hit right down. You can still see the crater today. And then you see in North Carolina, they call the North Carolina lakes. There's 100 lakes or 1,000 lakes or something. And the lakes were caused by a smaller pieces that hit down in one area.
Okay. Wow, this is fascinating. All right, so that was 11,000 years ago. So then what happened to Bimini and the people on Bimini?
No one knows. No one knows if they survived or did not. Looking from the way the buildings were just toppled over and crushed, I don't think there are any survivors.
So was this like a massive flood, like a tsunami that hit Bimini as a result of the asteroid, or was this a rising of the water that covered it over a period of time, which would suggest that they would have had a time to get out?
Both. There were tidal waves like you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
Maybe 100-foot tidal waves, man.
Oh.
There was a ice block. You know, as the ice was melting, maybe there was a mountain that in between the mountain, the ice slowly came up like this, and as the ice then years and years later, as the ice was going back down, maybe the ice melted here before it did on top, because up higher it's colder, and as you go down it's going to be warmer. So the water down here, the ice down here would melt first. And slowly it melted like this, and then it broke through. And when it broke through, there was a gigantic flow of water that went through. And I think in my readings, this is what created the Mississippi River. It was 1,000 feet tall and was going like 500 miles an hour. And it dumped all of that water that was melting from the Arctic for who knows how long it melted. Would it take 10 or 20 or 30,000 years for it to melt? So that's supposedly what caused or dug out the Mississippi.
Wow. Okay. And so Bimini then went underwater in a matter of moments.
Some people say like what Plato said, it happened in a day and a night. That could have been the tsunami that went through, but and here again, if it was just a few feet above water, yes, it could have been. That could have happened in moments, because you're talking about trillions and zillions of gallons of water coming down the Mississippi, and also would come down the Atlantic corridor.
Wow, absolutely amazing. So we know that Bimini was also created by Africans. Speak to us about those Africans, those first Africans that built Bimini.
Oh, well, the first Africans who built Bimini and the Bahamas, they spoke of all of these different structures that are seen below the waters. So this was just the higher points of Bimini that are shown, that are there today.
So there's even more down below that's not even seen yet.
Yeah, that's what I talked about here. A couple hundred feet down, what you can see, especially in off Cuba, which is ridiculous, almost a mile down. Wow, absolutely unbelievable. We have so much to unpack on this. This was an amazing, amazing class. Thank you, Dr. David Imhotep. You are amazing. And so are you, brother.
Hotep, my brother.
There wouldn't be a David Imhotep on this show.
Yes, it would. We'd just be somebody else's show. Hotep, brother.
Yeah.